Yo, Scrabble here, and today we are kicking off Blasphemous 2. Let's go. In the heart, everything takes root solitarily. Footprints without companions are left behind, like in water, or in the ocean's depths.
The eternal dawn of our penances heralds its imminent end. Each was born to put an end to the other. Now both await, but while yours slumbers, mine remains vigilant. May the miracle bear witness to this oath. By which I remain here for our long-awaited meeting. Wounded by the silence of this secluded existence.
So many Penitent Ones.
And then, as the city of the blessed name rose up, borne on the shoulders of 3 mighty statues, the resounding beat of a great heart could be heard emanating from the clouds, thundering like the knell of an unseen church bell, raised higher than any other, enchanting us all to lift our gaze aloft in an ascetic call to prayer. For the miracle was about to give birth to a child.
There we see Dio Gracias holding a coffin in the Mountain of Ash. Familiar sight. It's everyone worshipping the Penitent One over the last 1,000 years that he has been in his coffin before he is reawakened by a need to once again confront the miracle. And we see Chrysanta, of course, impaling herself in front of what appears to be a brotherhood, a member of the Silent Sorrow, a brother of the Silent Sorrow. We're going to pop a flask. Now, I have played this. Oh, press Y to do your bile flasks. They are, of course, recovered at save points, as we know. I can't jump or anything yet. The game won't allow me to do it. All right. So this is weapon selection. We get our choice of 3 different weapons. This one being the Cistern, the Verdicto. These being a pair of Rapers, which have a slash attack. They can also hit up and down, which is kind of cool. They have a parry as well. You can see the Verdicto does not have a parry. Instead, it just lights on fire. Eats away the fervor bar. And the Ruego, which has a downward stab, and it also has a parry. The Ruego is the one we're actually going to take. It's the closest to the Mea Culpa. The Verdicto is very strong and great at AoE. Thou hast chosen thy companion on this pilgrimage, only the miracle knows when thou shalt meet again in the presence of her 2 sisters. I'll tell you, it's not that long. Not that long. Each of these weapons has 2 tiers of upgrades, and all the upgrades have nice and unlockables. It's kind of funny, because combined together, they kind of have the moveset of the Mea Culpa from the first one, and I kind of just wish that the weapon had all of them from that moveset. There we go, a coffin. And I just like to look to the right, as always, even though there's nothing here. But it's good to show you. I am going to mark up the map in a few different ways on this journey, just to indicate movement that we don't have, unlike the first game, where every movement ability we needed, we had at the very start of the game. Here we don't. Boop, boop. And I might actually switch over to D-pad movement. I can shoot, like, hit up if I'm on the ground, but I can't hit up when I'm in the air. You can see, slide, of course. And a preview. Preview. Resting will restore your health and flasks and save your progress and, of course, teleportation and all that good stuff. Now, I'm not going to show all of my map marking up, but I will show that I can't mark this tile because it already has an icon, right? So I can't actually put one there, but I am going to put an icon down just to indicate where I need a double jump. This extra height, that's a double jump. Let's see how we've done for our first item here. Not great so far. Woo! Oh, I thought I parried. Whoop, there we go. Oh, come on. I guess I should have just dodged. I'm gonna pop just in case, and I did too late, of course. Woo! There we go. We have enough time to get 4 hits in. And we're just going to dodge to the direction that he is. Hit our 4 hits. And prepare for his next movement. There we go. He's not complicated. But I will admit that I did die the very first time I fought him. Which is totally okay. You can parry almost every attack that I found. Some magic things. 1,000 years later, defeat the Faceless One. Chisel of Oblivion. Achievement unlocked. Also, keep an eye on the description if you want timestamps for when I grab things. Those are all going to be in there. We've acquired a Mark of Martyrdom. They're used for various upgrades. There we go. We're just gonna kill him because we can. And if you enjoy these videos, please give a like and a subscribe. Helps out the channel quite a bit, as you probably already know. And you can leave a comment. I love talking to folks in the comments. Honestly, I do. It's the best part of doing this. Here's our new Deo Gracias. Someone to give us something to do. A woman on a giant hand. The horde of babies.
Penitent One, returned from the tomb, and walking among the mourners. Your awakening is now written on the eternal pages. Annunciada is my name, and I hail from the heavenly mountains on high, the seat and the beginning of all that is holy, so that I may address you. Look upon me thus as a preceptor in this enterprise, hailing from the highest of all seats. Penitent One, the miracle shall give birth to a new child in a great heart descended from the clouds that watches over the ancient city of the blessed name from on high. You must reach it to stop its birth. But on this ascending path of penitence, the arch-confraternity awaits you. Those penitents that the miracle itself took as its sentinels now await your arrival. Orospina, the confraternity of embroiderers. Benedicta, of the confraternity of endless orison. Odon, of the confraternity of salt. Lesmes, of the confraternity of incorruptible flesh. all under the dictate of the oldest penitent, the first among them all, who was Eviterno, father of the penitents. Penitent One, the miracle has instilled 3 regrets in the consciences of 3 of its guardians. Only by revealing them shall you achieve the humiliation of the sculpted figures that hold up the city, allowing you to ascend to its upper reaches, and finally to the Great Heart. Look for the Guardians.
And the 3 places of the first 3 bosses that we want to go have been revealed on the map. We can walk around, we can see it all right over there. This is much more of a Metroidvania than the first game. We do get special, as I said, special movements abilities. Each weapon has a special movement ability. Ruego al Alba is the most balanced weapon in your arsenal. Behind its coarse serrated blades lies a versatile weapon able to combine powerful attacks without giving the enemy a moment's notice. A blood pact will allow the enemy's wounds to heal the wounds of whoever wields it. That is true, but not immediately. Weight of Sin in the air, press down an X, and parry with R and B. So, as mentioned, we do have that, but... there we go. Gotta get my timing right. Bloop. I actually want to just kill you guys. I'm also not going to be doing the lore of items in this game, which I did at the end of Blasphemous last time. I'll show you that we still have these. Mainly, I find the lore, some attacks can leave your enemies stunned. When this happens, press left trigger to execute stunned enemies. Defeating an enemy this way grants you a fervor, tones of atonement, tears of atonement, of course, and martyrdom points bonus. Tears of atonement are, of course, that number in the top right of the screen. They indicate currency. Over here, you can see in our menu on the bottom left, our progress towards marks of atonement. The angels that we found, our map percentage. You can get 40 marks of atonement for leveling up. Immaculatus is our guilt level from having died. You can see our arsenal are those 3 weapons as we get them. Relics that we have, MacGuffins in the middle, and of course, health and fervor, which have numbers associated. You can jump! And he can die. And this also, like I said, gets one of these. And that is a weapon ability. I do want to mark weapon abilities. Maybe I'll mark weapon abilities with question marks. Although I guess that's a weapon ability from the other side. Woo! You're a jumper. Sure, we'll do it. I feel like it's easier in this game to set those off. We can also just hit them. And we get lots of urns with Tears of Atonement and other things of that nature. Over here, we do have a requirement, again, in the air. This one I will give a green mark. That's the last movement ability that we're going to get. Just everywhere we see little dust. And now we've gone ahead and get a prayer. Attacking and executing gets you fervor, which gives you prayers. You get long prayers, which reverses, which is what we got last time. Or sorry, those are short ones. And chants, which is down and B for something more powerful like Debla of the Lights, which you might remember I heavily relied on before. So here, I'm just going to say, do I not have it equipped? I guess I didn't have it equipped. There we go. And that deals mystical damage, because there are damage types in this game as well. Mystical damage is the one that the Ruego al Alba cares about the most, so it's good to know again. This one needs a double jump just to get high, but the Ruego does take care of that. I just need a higher jump. There we go. And of course we do have all the little angel babies to save. This time we don't get to see the giant bull. That's unfortunate. I didn't mind that bull last time. Oh, sorry I didn't let you see the execution. I'm just generally in the mode for cracking away. Alright, so here's our home base, Blessed City of the Blessed Name. And we're going to go in and meet the main source of our upgrades.
Welcome to my most humble of workshops, which is a flurry of sawdust, glue, and varnish. Montagnez is my name. Master Sculptor, one of those who, with steady hand and silver chisel, patiently carve out from the wood the faithful shapes of our true saints, so that they might be contemplated and revered by the devout. No trace of light remains in my glassy eyes, yet still I know what thou seekest and needest. For are we not all penitents on this earth, in some way? The miracle proclaimed that, as my profession was that of a master sculptor, I should carve in wood the figure of the Most Blessed Lady as my last work of art. Penitent One, I beg you, help me in this, my final piece of work. Seek out for me the finest chisels and tools, the most wondrous of pigments, and the most delicate of varnishes, and I can sculpt for thee figures that will fit into the altarpiece you carry on your back. Like this very one I offer to thee here. Please accept this as a gesture of my unending gratitude.
We get the Traitor.
It is but the first piece of many more I shall carve for you. Now I shall place it upon the altarpiece upon your back, and you will feel its grace, but also its burden. The hands of the miracle will guide me in the carving in accordance with the memory you bring me. May they guide thee as they guide me, Penitent One.
So the altarpiece of favors is apparently on our back. We visit the workshop whenever we want to equip figures in your altarpiece. Each figure has powerful benefits and can react in mysterious ways when placed next to others, which gives you resonances if they are in the same two and they're paired. And you can increase the number of slots in exchange for marks of martyrdom. Handing over tools is interesting because the tools actually, when we find them, aren't in specific spots. As we go to their locations, you just get the next tool in the list. Mementos are remembrances that give you additional statues. I don't know why they just don't give you the statue, because in many spots they do just give you the statue, so memento seems kind of weird to me. Altarpiece capacity, as you can see, we can upgrade it for 1, which I will go ahead and do now.
Here, I will wait.
Even though we only have a single altarpiece, I'm still just going to add that third now because I have nothing else to do at the moment. And you can see all of our dudes. This one, the Traitor, increases physical damage listed, and you can take a look. And the icons there are the Verdicto, the Ruego, and the whatever the heck the Rapier and Dagger are. All an extra 10% damage for all of them.
May the hands...
So sure, we'll take that. This seems to be the main upgrade point. While the weapon skills are maybe the most powerful, the altarpiece is the next most powerful. This here is our confessor. Instead of being located, you'll notice how barren this is. There's just bare floor.
This heavy curtain that separates sin and confession, crime and judgment, conceals naught but shadows. Here, in my darkness, there remaineth but tears for me, and forgiveness for those of you who seeketh it.
Where are the bereaved now? Where are the repentant? How long since the long agony of this sacrament began? Now that your penance of silence and the pain that plagues your flesh has led you to my dark confessional, let me purge the guilt you bear, and thus alleviate your burden. Penitent One, return when the guilt scorches your brow. I will free you from your burden, for that is my purpose.
So we pay him money and he will clear our guilt. Instead of having confessor statues around, we just have a single confessor. And of course we need to do that. Oh, there's scary things down there. Of course, we need to do that in order to actually place memory markers. That's fine. In order to progress his quest, because he has an associated quest. There's more quests, I feel, in this game than there were in the last one as well. I'm not going to specify where different things are here. You could do that with a double jump. We could also do that with, actually, we will get that with something else. And unlike before, where we needed an ability to see how much health something has, we just get that for free now. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit by that. I just knew I was. I didn't have to. There are also, of course, hidden walls that we hit, and I don't remember where they are. I like the parry. The parry's actually quite good. Here again, we got a double jump. Ooh, a little too slow. I'm not concerned, but I was a little too slow on that. Ooh. You missed. And then I just got you. Oop. Oh, you missed too. And I can't go that way. It's okay, we'll just dash back. It'll take 2 seconds. Woo! I didn't care so much about clearing that room out. And we're gonna go straight here. This is another weapon ability for a weapon that we don't have. And I said earlier that the weapon abilities I would mark with this guy. Once we have the weapons, it makes it really, really easy for me to just say, okay, I'm gonna go back. When I do go back, I will just give you the location that I'm going to and then show it. There's gonna be no response here.
Sleep, my child, sleep.
This woman is having some trouble getting her child to sleep. We need a lullaby to make her feel better. Just dodge through this guy. He is really not that tough, and I'm not that good. So if I can do it, so can you.
Who are you, whose face and name you keep hidden? No, your name is of no consequence if your footsteps have led you to me. Yerma is mine own, but this is not the right moment, for the steps that my promise inspires are swift, and the will that directs them unshakable. This hatred, which blinds my reason with shadows. I must leave at once.
We get Steely Battle Lance. That gives us access to weapon memory, which is additional weapon upgrades for tiers that we trade in Marks of Martyrdom to do. And we need more Marks of Martyrdom to make that worth anything for us. No, I wanted to go through, but I did not actually get a chance. A double jump here, or even I can use that one for an air dash, would take care of that. Might even be that running through again allows me to get there. And here we get Ivy of Ascension. It's our first movement ability other than our weapon. Allows us to climb on surfaces. And we can also stop on surfaces, but I haven't actually needed to stop. And this is our first rosary bead. The rosary beads are okay. They get better as you go. Slightly increases resistance to all physical damage. Can't complain about that. And a little tutorial basically for sticking on the wall. Let's see if we can just run through where we couldn't before. Of course, Yerm is gone. Oh, nope, we can't. We're gonna need either a double dash, double jump, or an air dash, or both. We get the double jump first, and I'm pretty sure at that point we can go through. Nope, not you. So we just pop up here. I can't go that way because there's a movement ability over there. I actually got slowed down during that attack, which is rather unfortunate. If you, of course, you parry and attack back quickly, then you get higher damage. This is kind of also in the first game. It's like a devastating riposte or whatever. But in the first game, I felt like it was really difficult to pull off. It's much more forgiving this time. In fact, I didn't even get the achievement in the first game for doing it 5 times. You know what? I'll just skip you. I don't care that much. Another thing I like about the Ruego is that its aerial combat skills are pretty good. And I am going to take one just to be careful. I don't think I'm in danger, but... Oh, sure. We'll show you ours. That's the exact same one that there was before. Like I said, I think this game, honestly, has less heart than the first game. But the movement does feel good once you get going, so I can forgive it. We'll go off this way. And see here, there's an elevator. But before we go to the elevator, we'll stop here and grab Mirabas of Return to Port. That allows us to go back to the city. It's a prayer that just like fast travels us back to the city of the Blessed Name. And down here we have an elevator that I will just show you is something that we will come back to at the Sea of Link much later. And we receive a Forgotten Tribute, which we can use later on to get passage to various places. In another kind of side quest. There's a fair amount of quests in this game. But if you enjoy Metroidvania style games, then we get the Sculptor's Resonant Gavel, which is for our Sculptor friend. Yep, we're just going to pop over this way. Here we have an arena, which I will do, although I don't feel super great about it at the moment. Nope. Woohoo! I do feel better about them later, but they are quite hard. Some of them, I say, as these ones are all quite easy. Yeah, that couldn't have been easier. And we get an empty receptacle for it, which is, of course, a bile vessel. First, we are going to... We didn't die, so we don't actually need you. Thanks. First, we are going to pop down here. Meet one more character. And we are going to make a sacrifice, which is, of course, a blood sacrifice, half our health. Fill up this chalice. You want to make sure this chalice is full, and this chalice empties out with every so often with the number of upgrades you've given. Also, of note, this woman currently just wearing a nice dress robe.
Open up the skin and red flesh. Uncover the lie that my shell conceals. For I am only blood and bones. So allow the chalices to be filled with those who toast kings and priests. Now I shall grant thee a new flask.
I'd like those little angel babies.
Bring me more vials.
And we have 3 bile flasks now instead of 2. There is, of course, a secret over there, but we don't have what we need to actually get in there. So, we're going to go ahead and stop here. The last thing that I would do is that we are going to be running up and to the left anyway, so we'll go ahead and just make a save. And that will allow us to easily continue on our way. So, if there's anything that you would like to see or like me to do, feel free to mention it in the comments. Otherwise, if you enjoyed what you see, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more Blasphemous 2, feel free to subscribe. Plus, it helps out the channel quite a bit. You can share the video, comment on the video. I do love talking to people in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.